Oh my god, guys. Oh my freaking god. I literally think I just figured out something that nobody else on YouTube knows about Bitcoin. This is freaking crazy. I think I literally cracked a code or figured out a pattern that nobody else on YouTube has seen. And I think you guys legit have to see it. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. It literally looks like history is freaking repeating itself at the same exact time the Bitcoin halving for 2020 is, which means the price could literally reach $20,000 to $50,000. I have got to tell somebody about this ASAP, right now. Nobody knows about this. That's the craziest thing. So I gotta tell someone, bro. I gotta tell someone. I gotta tell someone. This is freaking crazy. Yo. You'll never guess what I just discovered.
Yes, you found a pattern that Bitcoin's gonna go to $20,000 to $50,000.
Damn. How do you know that? What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some very interesting things coming for the rest of the market. We've been talking about quite a bit of stuff in the past couple of videos, as well as I want to discuss with you what exactly is going to be happening within the next couple of days within Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. As you guys know, Bitcoin has been tumbling quite a bit the past couple of days, and I want to spend quite a bit of time discussing with you guys what it is that is exactly happening within the market right now. As you guys can see on the chart, we've been looking at a previous trend within Ripple XRP as well as in Bitcoin, kind of repeating history, and I want to continue off of that basis to kind of draw a conclusion as to what is going to be happening. I'm getting very excited. I'm getting very pumped in regards to where the market is moving to. As you guys know, we've been using DueDEX to short and long and leverage cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, when it moves, when it decides to fall, and we've been making quite a bit of money off of that. So with the help of DueDEX, which is awesome, there's other websites out there too, but with the help of DueDEX and some other cryptocurrency exchanges, we can actually make quite a bit of money depending on where Bitcoin would like to go. As you can see, it's very clear as day that there is some sort of pattern repeating itself within Bitcoin, and I want to spend quite a bit of time discussing with you what exactly is happening on that. We also know, and for those of you who don't know, the Bitcoin halving is coming up fairly soon. It's in May of 2020, so I do want to spend some time discussing that as well. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into the rest of today's video. So guys, just a quick recap of what's been happening on the channel. As you guys can see, some interesting things have been happening. We've been doing reaction videos to the imminent explosive rise for XRP. People, thinking that XRP is going to be heading up to $500 in the near future. XRP happening to go up to $50 to $13, different crazy prices, and we've been discussing that. So if you've missed that and you want to see that, check this out. We've also been discussing this very interesting pattern on Bitcoin that I want to spend most of my time with today discussing this with you guys, because I think if you guys don't take advantage of what is going to happen within Bitcoin in the next couple of days, which is going to be huge, and I mean huge, guys, I don't know what to say. You're going to be missing out on quite a bit of opportunity right now. So for the most part, I want to start off on the coin market cap, because I do think this is where things are going to be kind of showing what exactly is happening. So you can see out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, we're starting to see a lot of red, a lot of retracement, a lot of sideways movements to the downside as well. And you can see there's been, for the most part, I'd say the past 2 or 3 days, retracement, corrections, a downtrend. We've been heading lower. Bitcoin has been the deciding factor out of all these cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is heading lower. Ethereum is heading lower. XRP is heading lower. They're all following Bitcoin's pattern. And that is the major key, guys, that you have to be paying the most attention to. The fact that these volume is coming into the market, volume is coming in. We have about $58 million. I believe that is billion dollars, $58 billion moving around in the market right now. Volume is coming up, but markets are being retraced and they're pulling back down. That's where this leads me to discuss with you guys what exactly is happening within Bitcoin. Now, before we do this, I do want to make this possible announcement. So Bitcoin halving could leave price at 20 to 50K, hedge fund manager says. So that's a huge approach. Bitcoin scheduling mining reward halving in May of 2020 could leave prices of crypto in a range between $20,000 and $50,000. We've seen the Litecoin halving. Now we're going to see the Bitcoin halving, which could be huge. But $20,000 in May to $50,000 in May of 2020. We're going to look at my charts and we're going to kind of figure out what exactly is going to happen and if that's even possible. But it basically says that the evaluation that the price could even rise, wow, as high as $90,000 within 2020. So more specifically, I want to focus on that within Bitcoin just to put a quick trend line on here. $20,000 Bitcoin in May of 2020. You have December, January, February, March, April, May. I'm going to put this right here because I do think this is going to be quite important. Actually, let me make this a little bit better. So we're going to pretty much figure out whether or not a $20,000 Bitcoin to $50,000 Bitcoin is possible. April, May, right here. So for the most part, this is May. This is their target approach right here. This is what we're looking at. This is May. This is where people are pretending or predicting that a $20,000 Bitcoin could rise to. So let's kind of dive in and figure out what exactly this is happening. So we do have quite a bit of, price here. You can see, hopefully, for the most part, a bit of, similarity between previous 2017 bull run and the bull run happening right now. I think this is huge. I think it's very overlooked. I don't think many people are realizing this. I also want to spend some time now on the 4-hour and the daily discussing what's going on. Notice right now that we are getting suppressed. We're getting suppressed on the 4-hour. You can see what's happening on the MACD right now as I zoom in. A very interesting pattern at that. Here we go. So you can see we're having a very, very, very big bearish separation between the MACD. You can also see that we're getting quite close to the end of what appears to be the end of this major descending triangle or descending fractal. You can see we're testing oversold right now on the 4-hour. You can see we're getting very close. Consolidation is happening between here, but we have about till the end or mid of December to see what could be a massive rally come the market, come Christmas, come things like that. And I do want to actually compare this. This is basically December. Back in December over here, let's pull up December, October, November, December is right over here. We actually see this big dip happen. So it is definitely very possible that this dip could happen the same time we see it right now. Obviously, it's a little smaller and conjoined in regards to the previous 2017 bull run. But also consider this. Now that we're looking at the daily, you can see what exactly is happening. We're getting very close now. And I feel like this is what you guys need to pay most attention to. When we started this run, we had a lot of volume. Big volume. You can see the bottom right here is the indication for volume. You can see we've had major spikes of volume over the past couple of days or the past couple of months. Major spikes right here. A lot more volume has been happening. And then we've recently been slowing down in regards to volume. You can see that same thing happened right here. We have a ton of volume and then it slows down to a point. You can see these massive movements right here. The massive flow eventually comes back down to a point of, a single point on the charts, which eventually end, you can see right here, we have these big swings, big major volume dips, prices fluctuate very high. They come to one solid area and the price pretty much stays the same in between. We had 63 and maybe a low of 62, where we didn't really have any movements at all within the charts. And then it eventually broke in some sort of major volume. So you can see the volume came right here, tons of downward selling trending volume. Tons and tons of volume right here, and we fell to lower levels. So what exactly is happening right now? You can see the same pattern is happening. We're starting to see, we have these major dips and flares within price where we saw a low at one point of 92 and then a swing up to 12,300, and then we see a low again back down to 81. We see a swing back up to 10,000. So it's finally deciding to come back down and to consolidate into one point. And that's pretty much it. Now, I can't call in specific whether or not we're going to see a major blast to the upside, a major swing to the upside, or a major retracement to the downside, but if history repeats itself, we will be able to track and trend when this specific point is going to go. And something that I thought was interesting is, we probably have little less than about 2 weeks of consolidation. You can see from here to right here, it's about 13 bars, which is less than 2 weeks away before we close what appears to be the second major rally within Bitcoin. You can see right now, something that I want to actually show you guys and compare. I showed it on yesterday's video, but for those of you who are new, the fact is, could we see a $20,000 Bitcoin? Could we see a $50,000 Bitcoin? Well, this is going to be the answer. If we take our charts right here, we take the bars pattern, and you can see this is the dip that happened. If we consider it right here, the dip previously, we're kind of foreshadowing what's happening. We take this mouth right here and we extend this to about this rally right here. We'll double it. We'll do it right here. So you can see this is previous history. This is the previous trends in the bars pattern that we're having. So if I then apply this I'm gonna delete this actually. I'm gonna extend this a little bit further. We're gonna extend this all the way to this one right here. So you can see we have the same exact pattern, but it's happening on a smaller scale. But for the most part, this is very similar to what's happening right now. I'm going to put this directly over what we're seeing right now, and I'm actually going to make this slightly smaller. You can see this is about even, and I'm going to shorten this, make this a little bit smaller, so we're about even with what exactly is happening. So you can see right now this is about the pattern that we're seeing, a very similar pattern, similar to the previous breakout that we had. We're just minimizing this, making this smaller, and then obviously aligning it over the coin. And if I extend this up just like that, you can pretty much see how accurate this is. We have the point of breakout, we have the trends very similar in the past, we have the dips very similar. You can see it all comes to a point of breakout right there. And if I move this a little bit farther down, or actually I just pull it down like that, you can see now how freaking identical this is. Is it possible to see that breakout? This is the interesting and crazy thing. We weren't using any technical analysis before. He said 20 to 50K in in May of 2020. That's when the halving is. Well, look at how this aligns. We weren't using technical analysis before, but when we now align this, look at how interesting this aligns with itself. And this is why this is so interesting. So all we did was take previous market sentiment. We took the previous chart, we shrunk it down and aligned it so that it was almost even, if not exact, with the previous market. You can see right now with previous trends in the past year, we aligned our previous breakout right on top of that. It's almost identical in regards to when we blipped higher, when we corrected lower, and then when we fell back down. So this is what we could expect. Now, this is what blows my mind even more so. You can see almost exactly what's happening and why this is definitely possible for that breakout to happen once again to higher levels. Maybe it won't happen at the same height, but it definitely could, considerably make a smaller movement. So with this being said, there's a very good chance that come the end of this breakout right here, we could see a small blip downwards. And this is where we could be using DueDEX. DueDEX is the first link in the description. This will allow you to short the coin and make a crap ton of money off of here. You can short the coin. I've made plenty of videos off of this. If you guys have me on Patreon, which is the second link in the description, when it comes time to be buying in and shorting this coin any second now, we'll obviously be ready and be prepared, and you'll be updated in advance on Patreon, as well as a little bit delayed on YouTube in regards to when to be buying and selling and what my positions are, or my positions in, and whether or not you would like to copy me in buying and selling. So look at how accurate this is. All we did was shrunk down the previous chart and move this on top of our previous yearly breakout right now, this yearly trend that we're having right now. It is almost identical. It is almost exact in regards to the exact dips. You can see it's very odd. We have this trend right here. We have a little blip upwards. This was back in 2017. We have a fall. It travels up. We have a little blip downwards, travels up again. We fall at the same rate. We head back up at the same rate. We fell again at the same rate right here. Trended it here, pulled back down, headed back up, pulled back down once again, and then we consolidated, which eventually led to a break in to the downside, a bearish break to the downside. So I'm almost guaranteeing that we're going to see a dip. There's a very good chance we could see a 50 or 4,600 dip to the downside, and then that's when the rally starts. Then we could be buying long. We could leverage the slight movement back upwards. We're going to see the same consolidation after the dip to the downside, and then we're going to start that next rally. If history repeats itself, this is exactly what's going to happen. And this is huge, guys. This is huge. We're going to see the pullback to the downside, and we're going to see that rally up. What blows my mind is in the fact that the Bitcoin halving is in May of 2020. Now notice, halving happens, obviously it gets a lot harder to be buying and selling crypto. It becomes a lot more difficult to be mining the coins, which means inflation and the price should rise. So just in the fact that we're going to see this inflation happen in May of 2020 happens to align exactly at the same point the high, the peak of our previous trend does give me reason to believe that there's even more possibility of us shooting up even higher. Halving happens exactly when the peak breakout will be. We could obviously head all the way up into 20,000. It is definitely a very huge possibility. But I just think this is wicked. It's wild. It's crazy. It's odd that nobody else has realized this. This pattern right here happens to be exactly overlining what we're seeing right now. And then eventually you can see we break bearish, which will most likely happen from the downtrend. And then we inevitably, I don't know why this is slowing down. Odd. Very odd. Okay, there we go. Inevitably, then the downtrend happens. We break bearish. We're going to fall a slight percent. It's not going to be a big dip, but when we use DueDEX, we can short the coin. It's going to be about a 37% dip. Expect then the consolidation, the correction upwards. We're going to see a high of about 14 $100,000 at, and that's going to be like a conservative approach right here, and then we're going to see a dip back down again. But this is what to anticipate come 2020. This is huge. This is, you know, coming as a surprise to me. I thought I would share it with you guys. This is history repeating itself. This is history repeating itself. Be aware, be mindful. Check out DueDEX. You know, huge shout out to this article right here on CoinDesk. CoinDesk. I thought, you know, you guys should know about this. It is extremely important. You know, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you want more videos like this. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. We're trying to reach 500 thumbs ups, 500 likes, whatever, on the channel right now on this video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, like I said, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.